Personal brand crisis management. Welcome in, much love, Trav here, and let's talk about what to do when shit goes wrong on the internet in the 21st century. When you put out a tweet that gets retweeted 1,000 times and it was an offensive joke, and then you've got people calling your employer trying to get you fired and stuff like this. Welcome in, much love, Trav. How to internet better. Hope you enjoy this channel. If you found this video, I hope you like this video. I'm making more videos on this channel because my other channels are just filled to the brim. I'm recording too much stuff, so I'm like, let's go make some helpful stuff specifically on the internet presence, internet brand management. So you know this can happen. It's happened to me in 2015, and it's because part of my brand, and I talked about this before, is to be a little bit edgy. I kind of enjoy that shit. I like to be a shitlord, right? So in my specific case, I talk about a lot of edgy topics. One of them is Mein Kampf, Hitler, and a lot of the stuff got tweeted out of context. Someone took the video and posted it up, Travis Wu Hitler rant, and then my blog contract is like, yo, you have to apologize. And then after I apologized, they're like, we're gonna have to let you go. And it's 2015, it's like, all right, what the fuck am I gonna do? But what I was able to do is flip it, turn weakness into strength, which I'm going to teach you how to do. And I have been preparing for this sort of thing to happen where I have 10,000 true followers and I'm able to take them to my new business and immediately make more money than I was making before. So it ended up working out for me. And there's a few things to think about here. So the first thing I'll share is that outrage marketing is an old, tried and true strategy used by stuff like the Sex Pistols, Kanye West, Tucker Max. There's a lot, I hope they serve beer in hell, stuff like that. So like being outraged, getting people talking about you, that's actually a good strategy it's actually a fine strategy if you know what to do next, right? As people will get mad, that can really help you. One thing to think about is that be careful before you apologize, because it is a sign of weakness. And also, generally what I've found and what I've observed and what I've experienced is the people who want you to apologize also will not accept the apology. They'll say that your apology is insincere. They'll say that it is not a real apology. They'll say that it's forced. They'll say that whatever, non-apology. So the same people who want you to apologize will not accept your apology. So you should be careful. And it's often better to either see, as Donald Trump has done, he's had tons of crisis in his personal brand of just doubling down and saying, fuck you, fake news, you're taking this shit all out of context. Go watch the full tape. And this is what if I could go back and do it, I wouldn't necessarily avoid the controversy to begin with, because it really helped me. The crisis really helped me. But I wouldn't grovel for apology in the way that I did. Some of that shit is still on the internet, and that's more embarrassing to me than the actual content is not so bad. Because I feel that it was taken out of context, and you watch, it's an hour-long stream, and you take one clip, whatever. So, another thing is to, first, understanding why outrage and works for marketing is because it's totally fine to be polarizing. It's not about being loved to hated ratio is totally irrelevant. There can be a million people who don't like you. It doesn't matter. It matters how many people will stand in your corner and support you, right? So you want to move people from this neutral area where they don't really know you, or maybe they're aware of you but they don't care you, to having a strong opinion where they like you, they really like you, or they really don't like you. That's a fine play to make for personal branding, just because, again, it doesn't matter how many people don't like you. Haters are fine. The more people that like you, the better, right? The more people that really stand in your corner, the better. And you do outrageous stuff, cause crisis, controversy, and it forces people to pick a side, pick a camp. It moves people from the neutral area to be closer to you or further away from you, right? Okay, talk about flipping and turning weakness into strength. So, and I'll give you a few resources you can look into. What I mean by this is there's a few ways. Like, some people will try to bury it. They'll try to get it deranked off Google. spend money in marketing and try to bury all the shit, and that's fine if you have the ability to do that. That seems pretty smart if you can do that. I didn't really feel like that was a great option for me. What I did instead is choose to turn weakness into strength by making more Hitler jokes. It sounds absurd, but like, if I'm edgy and I'm gonna do some edgy shit, it's more self-aware for me to make absurd, outrageous jokes. They're 10 times funnier when I say them now because of the context of what I've been through. And it's like with the wank, understanding that like I have been on the, like what I've been through, you know, no one wants to be that guy. And if someone is that guy, it's like, I'm not really that guy. Again, you can watch the tape, it's out of context, but I'll make that joke because it's 10 times funnier when it comes to me. And it helps me with my brand of being a little bit edgy because no one else even wants to go there because they're too scared that it's going to totally destroy their brand. But if you flip it, it actually can feed your brand and play your brand better. Like, this is the one dude who will make the joke that that's outrageous and is hilarious, and no one else would make that joke. But I can do it because I've been through that, right? If that makes sense. Now for you, it can be like an example, a similar example of this, totally different context, but crises can be in all sorts of different contexts. Marilyn Monroe, after her first star billing, she was about to get, there's a little controversy about her nude calendar, and people wanted her to apologize, and she's like, nah, instead of apologizing, I'm gonna double down on this, and I'm gonna go on this little photo tour with Joe DiMaggio and announce that I'm dating him. I'm gonna be even sexier. I'm not gonna apologize for being sexual, right? So I'm gonna be even more sexual, right? So I'm gonna go even more in that direction, a little bit tongue-in-cheek and a little bit comedic, maybe, right? It just depends on the context. But I think the worst thing you can do is just be really quiet and careful and apologetic, and you can flip the crisis by just turning that weakness into strength, going even more in that direction, and it's more self-aware, I find. So it worked for me. Book I highly recommend that you pick up if you're interested in this. You know, you might want to know how to do this because it might happen to you. By the time it happens, a lot of people get this information too late. They've already fucked up the management of it, and for me it's the same. But you should look up the book, So You've Been Publicly Shamed. You've Been Publicly Shamed. I read that book, and it was very helpful, very good. It'll give you an idea of what to do. And then my final thought is, yo, you've seen me, if you followed me, what I've come through and what I've gone through and recovered, and have a stronger brand with more following now. You can come back from anything, any crisis. You can come back from anything, really. Especially if you own it, you know how to manage it, you know how to handle it. You can come back from anything. Absolutely. You don't need to think like that it's over or that your reputation is totally ruined, because everyone's perfect. We all have skeletons. We all have mistakes we've made. That's fine. That's fine. We're buying more and more from individuals now in the 21st century, relating more to individuals through the internet. Personal branding is more and more of a thing. And it's okay to have some tattoos on your personal brand, right? Some metaphorical tattoos. It's okay to have some mistakes. People don't want, if you're perfect, you're unrelatable, right? If you have mistakes and you've come back from fuck-ups, you're more relatable. It's actually better that way, right? People want real three-dimensional people. So you go through the shit, you take some risks, you come back from it. It's actually good for you. So the bottom line is like a personal brand crisis, outrage mob. This is good for you, actually. It might be painful at the time, but there's a lot of attention on you, and you can flip it and run with it and make it into something. You know, another example of this is like Kim Kardashian and Paris Hilton sex tapes to stardom, right? Ooh, crisis, controversy. Well, it actually plays to my strength if I'm gonna be a sexy star, right? If my brand is all about sex, then this is perfect, right? Perfect. So T-Boo sex tape coming 2017, 2018. Just wait. Follow me on Snapchat, Instagram. That shit's gonna leak. Hope my accounts don't get banned. Fucking around, kind of, right? But I mean, that's the type of crisis that would be good for me, is what I mean. So, what up? Hope you find this useful. If you made it this far, I hope you have a better idea of what to do if you get under crisis, personal brand crisis, and people with pitchforks start coming at you through the internet. It's not the end of the world, and it'll toughen you up. It'll make you stronger. It'll make you more self-aware. It'll make you funnier. It'll teach you a lot, and you can come back from anything, really. So, hope you find that useful. Much love. See you in the comments. Again, you watch this video, you're lucky. Let me know what you think about it. I care. Let me know what you think, and we'll talk soon. Much love. Peace. Leave in the comments if you found this useful. Talk soon.